What's behind all the demand?
First of all, thanks for having me. I'm really glad to be here and excited to share our story. I think our story really resonated around the caliber of team we have around the table and the experience we bring to this market and fresh perspective, frankly. So I think investors were really valuing our differentiated approach.
Fresh approach, different approach, of course, clearly one where you're all female executives. What does that bring to the table, do you think? Because we all want diversity, but when it's all women around the table, how does it give you an edge?
I think ultimately, we are economic investors, so we did not start this with the idea that we just want to have women because women diversity is an important aspect here. That's really a great way for us to obviously add to the diversity and contribute from our purview. But ultimately, the goal was to assemble a really accomplished, experienced executives, investors, operators, public board members to really source significantly different asset, and really from that, what I mean by that is really quality. We're very much focused on the caliber of a management team and the quality of company that we're going to partner with. You're right by saying there's a lot of SPACs out there coming to marketplace, and that was one of the reasons why we enhanced our structure. We have a lot more executives around the table involved in our SPAC. And the goal is to find a very, very high quality target, because that, my view, is the ultimate differentiator in what's going to drive us to success.
So, Victoria, with regards to finding that high quality target, then what does Queen's Gambit sell to those companies, and as far as the specific expertise, not just the broader management expertise, but specific type of industry or sector expertise?
So we have 11 people around the table, both the management, advisory, and the board, and everybody brings something different to the table. We have a very holistic approach to composing a SPAC, so we look every single step that you have to accomplish to successfully merge with a company and this SPAC. So we have access through our network to a really unique set of opportunities. And we believe with our Rolodex, we'll be able to unlock some of these targets and be excited about partnering with us. I think ultimately capital is just a commodity. It's really what you bring at the end of the day beyond capital that's going to matter. And our strategic value, we have tremendous public board representation around the table. And so we'll be able to create strategic partnerships, JVs, a customer for the target. And I think that's going to really accelerate their growth.
Victoria, it's about expertise, but I want to draw a reality here. Out of more than 200 SPACs, you can really count on one hand how many are run by women. This was supposed to be an opportunity as a great equalizer, as many people had seen it, to bring more companies to the market, to bring more people into public markets. Why is it, do you think, that there has been such little representation in a place that new money is rushing into?
It's a tough question to answer. I mean, I think it's first move advantage in a way. So a lot of men, obviously, and we simply represent minority in the field. So it's partially it's just simple math. But ultimately, experience is what matters. I was fortunate to go through a SPAC transaction last year where I was on the target side, and that went really well, highly enhanced the company. And that gave me a perspective and, frankly, appreciation for this vehicle and how it could benefit a company that has high potential. So I think having that experience really empowered me to launch on this. And I wanted to do it differently, and that's how this idea came together. So I think there's just not a lot of potentially women, I think, that gone through this experience. And ultimately, we had tremendous demand in the marketplace from investors, and largely because of experience we'll bring to the table. We have board members that have SPAC experience as well, either representing boards, they sit on the boards of SPAC companies, or going through the process. So the expertise is what really is different here for us, I think.
Talking of experience, Victoria, you co-founded Work It Mum, an LLC. It's a networking site for professional mums, which was merged with another business. You, of course, a founding partner at Cole Capital Partners, another opening chess move. So clearly there's a focus there on opening chess moves, and you've got to be a pretty avid player, I'm sure. But talk to us about how this weaves in with your VC mind. And I mean, could you buy assets of the ones that you've groomed yourself? How will you try and keep sort of one Queen's Gambit separate from Cole?
Sure. Koi Capital is an early stage fund, and we actually leveraging our expertise and having our focus is in tech, healthcare, and logistics. And we're using the same exact industry focus for the SPAC, except it's going to be more mature assets that are ready to be effectively public market ready, which is an incredibly important feature for the company to be successfully merged with a vehicle like ours. So we just, we're really leveraging our network in those verticals. We obviously, when we invest in early stage companies, we're very familiar with the larger, more mature competitors. And that gives us an edge in identifying the winners we want to partner with. And we already know who they are. We know who we want to approach. And I think that sort of differentiates two vehicles. So think about it as a vehicle that allows us to do more mature business growth kind of business. And that's why we named ourselves Queen's Gambit Growth Capital. We are targeting a growth story here.